That's it. In the house, welcome. And this here is the state of my bike. Yes, this is my second bike. It's the bike I put together here in the countryside, and it's been a few days since I rode it, mainly because it doesn't have a tire. But that's because my dad doesn't ride it much, and his bike had a problem with the tire, so he stole the tire from my bike. And this back tire is going flat, but this bike here was basically a scrap metal Megazord. We're not going to put brakes on it this time, but today we're going to improve it. I think it's going to look a little nicer. It's almost rusting, man, because it's starting to rain. Everything's starting to turn green here. It's looking really nice, man. Not sure if anyone noticed, but this place is different now. It used to be a mud house, but my dad tore it down and rebuilt it with bricks. It's really cool. I'm even thinking of living here. I tried to help, but he did most of the work himself. On days I visited, he wouldn't work on it. The house is just for storage, but I'd sleep here. I plan to sleep here soon. This is the building next to the house. Here are some items we're going to use to improve the bike, man. This is all new, but it's just collecting dust. It's been about 4 months since I bought it and haven't installed it yet. I had the time, but not the guts. Here are the last ones. My dad even left this wrench here. I hope these ones fit. There's no way I'm gonna have to clean that over there because it's just covered in dust, man. I'll put everything here. Yeah, the donkeys started braying together. We're doing a mega unboxing of old news stuff. Like I said, it's been ages since I bought it. I'll show this right away because it's already torn up. And it came like this, not from age. Yeah, man. Wow, this is really long. These are new rims, Escape 190. Not sure if they're good. Vezo might be the brand. Reviews said they're good. It's a 26-inch rim, though it looks kind of small. Are you sure it's really a 26-inch rim? I think a 20-inch rim is much smaller. It's dusty, but that's my fault. That was the packaging. I bought it on Shopee. I could have bought the VMAX. The price difference is, it's reasonable. The VMAX are the best, you know? They almost never break. I think they just don't break at all. But there was a little price difference, and I wanted to do some cheaper upgrades. Because it's for this bike, so I thought it would be cool to get something more affordable, not so expensive, and I thought it looked nice. Let's see how it turns out. Like I said, I bought it a long time ago. I don't really remember the price, but I think it was about 150 rays, man, for both. This one is the rear. It comes with a little ring to put the freewheel on. Well, there's this. I don't even need to unwrap it, right? You can already see what it is, I think. But it's a freewheel. It's probably the least interesting product. It's just a freewheel, really. We thought it was better to put a new one on. So my dad bought this one. And it was a regular price. I think it was 20 rays. Next item. Bicycle inner tube. Yeah, inner tube. It's kind of boring too, right, man? But this one is going to look nice. I believe it's going to make the bike stand out, you know? It's going to give it a little extra touch. Because it was too plain, yeah, you can already see what it is, right? Bicycle tire. It's not just one though, it's two. Man, I think these tires with yellow details are really cool. This here is one of the knives from the knife set I bought. The handle is coming loose, but it was worth it since they were so cheap. Just plastic and knife. My god. I'm going to keep this knife away from the inner tubes and the tire, right? Better safe than sorry. They all come rolled up, man. I don't know if that's safe. Wow, it's just like a snake. You just have to straighten it out and it goes back to normal. Yeah, it actually went back. They kind of tie a knot in the tire. Wow, that's really cool. This tire here is the chunkier kind, see? The hard part. The hard part is going to be putting everything back in place. I think I can do it. But it shouldn't be that hard, right, man? Look, the freewheel. The freewheel just needs to go here. First, I'm going to have to clean this tire, man. It's full of dust. Look at this. Everything's open. I'll assemble it as quickly as possible. The freewheel is already well lubricated. Man, I thought it was a lot of stuff, but I think it's actually going to be easy. Whoa, everything's all greasy. Is there a chance I could put it on the wrong side? The freewheel goes on this side, so it's just like this. Do I need to tighten this a lot? Tighten it a lot? It's kind of hard to tighten it by hand because it has teeth. It's biting my fingers. There are some holes here so you can hit it with a hammer. But I don't want to do that, man. There's no way, man. We pedal forward, you know? There's no way it will loosen. It'll just tighten by itself over time. Well, not automatically, right? Because I'll be pedaling. Wow, is that it? Now we just have to put the inner tube and the tires on. My dad told me there are two techniques to put this in place. One is to put the inner tube inside the tire first and then put them on the rim, or you can put half the tire on the rim first and then put in the inner tube. Not sure if that made sense, but I preferred the second option. There, it's already halfway on, but what's giving me trouble is putting the rest of the valve in here. Look, I call this part the valve stem. I think you usually call it a valve, right? I call it a valve stem. I discovered there's a marking for the front and back showing tire rotation direction. I installed it correctly, thankfully, so I won't need to remove it again after noticing this. I had to use some brute force, but it worked. Now I'll fill the tire, adding air slowly so it doesn't get crooked. It's my first time inflating it, so that might happen. Then I'll put the next one on because I want to deal with one problem at a time. I'm going to use this state-of-the-art equipment here. This is crazy, okay? It's a compressor. Compressor is what this is called. Yeah, it's ready. It turned out well. I didn't fill it up too much because I was afraid the tire might burst. I already put on the valve caps. They're nice, man. I like them. I think they match both the rims and the tires, look, with that Pirelli name on it. I thought it was cool. And, man, that's it, right? Actually, the only thing we're gonna do is change the wheels, right? That's crazy. The next thing I'm going to have to do, which I don't think will be too much work, is just put them in place. This chain looks kind of dry to me, man. I'll put something on it later. Here's how the final result looks. I'm not sure if you remember the old rims and tires, but both were really worn out. I think now everything looks a lot better. Now it looks more respectable. I really didn't want to get the tires dirty, but now it's done. I think it's approved since the rim hasn't broken yet. I was going to keep it inside, but now the tires are dirty, so I'll leave it here. This time there aren't any upgrades to make to the PC out here in the country. But I'm already starting to think about a few things because this cooler here is really weak, man. And the processor I put in is getting really hot, and getting a new case would be good, man. There's something else here for me to open that's full of writing. I'll try not to show it. This knife here will do the trick. This is the GameCC GameC X5S, an improved version of the one I unboxed earlier. The previous had a Type-C plug, but this one is Bluetooth with a battery. It's a controller for your phone. Whenever I open it, it starts blinking. I think it has a sensor to turn on. When you close it, it turns off. It fits devices up to 213 millimeters. Phones, tablets, anything with a screen. It's pretty standard. It has Hall effect on the analog sticks, just like pretty much all GameC controllers now. It's lightweight. I thought this case that came with it was really cool. Look, it's just like the case from some other controllers I've already received. I believe the Nova 2 I got included a similar case. Although it's mainly for phones, it works with a cable and supports 2.4 GHz but doesn't come with a dongle. You'd have to buy the dongle separately to use it, and it also works via Bluetooth. In terms of connectivity, it works on Android and iOS. It works on the Switch. You can connect it to the Switch, including both Switch 1 and Switch 2, and also on PC. Pretty cool, man. I usually use these controllers for emulators, mainly the PS2 emulator, which is all I play on my phone now. Sometimes I play Plants vs. Zombies 2, but it doesn't support controllers. It connects with a Type-C port here. I'm looking for another place because this room is too hot. This is cool. The device turns on when we open it. I still need to pair it, otherwise it would connect automatically when I place the phone. That must be for the controller. Now it's working. The light turned white, so it's on. Too bad it's so bright in here. There are a few PS2 games here, but I downloaded God Hand. I've known about it for a while, but never tried it until now. Then I paused for a bit to do a few things. It's being recognized as a Nintendo Switch controller, so I turned it off and turned it on while holding the A button. Then it connected as a GameCube X5S. Now it's better, because it was inverted before, man. A was B and B was A. You see, it was the other way around. This game is mainly about pushing. I don't really know how to play since the movement feels odd. Not weird, just harder to control than in current games. Oh, how do you do this? I rotate the camera with the left analog stick here, see? Not the right one. The right one is just for dodging. Can't I go into these places? What's this here? Is it a tutorial? Use the right analog stick to dodge enemy attacks. I already know that, man. Damn. No. Ah. Wow, how did I do that? I wish there was an aim button for the guys, but I'm not sure if there is. R1 does that. L1. L1 turns? Interesting. Damn, the guys are going to come in and mess up the fool look. The LT and RT on this controller here also have Hall effect. They're really short, man. I think that's cool look. Good for playing Guitar Hero 2. Which, by the way, I have here, look. And Guitar Hero only... Whoa, damn. I'm going to test Guitar Hero. I know it'll be fun, but I'm not sure how well it'll run. Man, I think I'm finding the buttons a bit weird. It's because the controller is bigger.
But this song here, you could get 100% on it, man. Hey, it was actually pretty decent, 90 or 91%.
Relax, man. He's scared of the noise from the power tool. You're wild. I'm tired. I barely slept last night and now have a headache. I'm home alone for now, so I'll put together an afternoon snack before others arrive. I was thinking of getting a frozen pizza. In the city I visited, there was no frozen pizza, just lasagna. I'm not sure if lasagna is good for an afternoon snack, but we're going to eat it. I'll try to make it better. I got mozzarella cheese since these lasagnas are often bland. There's some calabresa sausage, which I wasn't planning to use, but I might. There's also shredded chicken. I'm not alone anymore. I'll bake this since there's no microwave. Let me check. How long does it take in the oven? I think it takes a while. You can make it in the oven, right? It says 40 to 45 minutes in the oven. For God's sake, it'll get dark before I eat. Every time I cook, this cat keeps meowing. What's wrong with them? Are you guys okay? Yeah, this was just... Okay, the grater doesn't work well for calabresa sausage. I'll use 4 slices of mozzarella. Let me check the size. 2 on the bottom. Now, calabresa sausage. Wow, I think that's a lot of calabresa, right? No, this lasagna isn't that big, man. I don't really like calabresa that much. But even so, I keep eating it. Lastly, chicken. I mean, not really lastly, right? Add extra calabresa sausage on top. This is overflowing, but at least it's going in the oven. Still, it might rise there too, right? And 2 more slices of cheese. This is all mozzarella cheese. There's even some queijo cuajado here, which I bought too, but I'm not gonna add it. Otherwise, it'll all overflow. It won't even fit, man. This baking dish can handle the oven, right? Caution, risk of burns when hot. It'll have to handle it. Maybe it's just missing some tomato on top, right? Will it turn out good? I don't even know if I have tomatoes, actually. This one's mine. Get out, fly. Done. It's ready. Just need to put it in the oven, right? That last thing I added was oregano. This oregano doesn't have a strong smell though, but my mom said it's oregano. I think it looks nice, right, man? I just hope this baking dish can handle the oven. It's going to be the first time I use my mom's oven. Oh my god! This is the oven knob. I think you can only light this with a matchstick. You have to throw a matchstick down there. Yeah, this seemed a bit dangerous, but the flame's on. I added another baking dish for safety. Now I just have to wait 50 minutes. Oh my god, man.
An eternity later.
Several hours have passed. Everyone is starving. I think it's ready now, man. Man, this is so hot. It felt like it was in the oven. But it turned out pretty nice, huh, man?